everyone. I am your host, Shantae Alrighty. Welcome back to my channel, She Boss Talk. I am here for another Get Your Money stimulus update for small businesses. So today I'm going to be providing updates on how you can get your money, your PPP money, your EIDL money, your PUA money, and other grant opportunities that are available for us as entrepreneurs and small business owners. So even if you're a gig worker, you consider yourself an independent contractor, self-employed, you don't have employees, this is for you. So know that there is money out there for you and you don't need employees. I do ask that you do hit the love button and that you do subscribe. Do share this out, because we need this information to get to as many small business owners that are out there as possible. There's still so many out there that don't know these programs exist, don't know that they qualify for them, and don't know how to go about getting this money, okay? So I'm going to first start with the EIDL program, right? The EIDL, or the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program and Advance. This is one of the federal relief programs under the CARES Act that is administered through the SBA. This means that you can get up to $10,000 in grant money. And right now you can get up to $150,000 in loans. Okay. But let me stop right there and let you know that we are entitled to the full $10,000 grant. Okay. And up to $2 million, just depending on your particular situation. That is the law. And so although this program is great, I want you to know that the SBA has not been following the law, which is why I have a link to a petition so we can put pressure under the SBA to do what's right and fully fund small business. But you can't get that if you don't apply. So it is really on you to apply. Even I know it's been challenging, but get it in there. They're now accepting applications from new small business owners who haven't applied, didn't apply previously. They got funded. They only opened it up to agricultural businesses. Several entrepreneurs and small business owners complained, and they opened the application portal back up. Do we know how long it's going to be open? No, we do not. So I always say you must act quickly. And I encourage you to apply. So many of you all that have been tuning into my channel have been following directions. You're getting your money and you're coming back and reporting that. I'm so happy about that. So that's going to be really important. So apply to get your up to $10,000 right now. I fully anticipate when it's all said and done that we will get our full $10,000. There's a lot of us that are advocating and fighting to make sure that happens, okay? But do apply for the program. If you need a walkthrough the application, you could check out my other video that I did last week. I go step by step from beginning to end through the application. It should take you no more than 10 minutes to fill out the EIDL application. So get it in, okay? And I encourage you to tell other entrepreneurs out there, independent contractors that are out there, small business owners that are out there about this program. Share this information and encourage them to apply, because so many are struggling and don't know what to do. They're financially strapped, but this can be a lifeline for us. So I encourage you to apply for the program. If you've already applied and you're tuning in, you were denied, there's a process that you go through, reconsideration. That information is also in the description. So if you apply, you were denied, there's a process, request reconsideration. If you applied recently, they are processing them fast. So those of us that applied way back, we've been waiting a long time. But the new batches, they're funding very quickly. They're depositing grants like the same day or within a few days. So I'm glad to see that they picked up speed. They're using a new system. The Senate was on them about it. And so they're moving much more quickly. So I don't anticipate you'll be waiting as long as those of us that applied early on have had to do. So that is the EIDL program. Okay. So one thing for clarification, there's a two parts to the program. The grant is free. That's free money. You don't have to pay back. There's no terms. It's free and clear once it clears your bank account. Then there's a loan that you can accept or deny. You can get approved or denied. Regardless of either of that, you still get the grant. Okay. So if you approve, you get the grant. If you deny, you get the grant. If you want to accept the loan or not, you get the grant. So get your money. Okay. Get your money. Now I wanted to talk about the Paycheck Protection Program, which is known as PPP. Is one of the other programs, again, one of the federal relief programs, and it is also administered, or the oversight is via the SBA, but you get funded through a bank, right, or a financial institution that is approved as a SBA lender. So there's several that are out there. I always recommend you start with your bank first. But a lot of banks aren't still funding, but PayPal, Square, Intuit, our online processes, again, may take maybe 15 minutes to fill out the application and you're done. So this program is different in that it is fully forgivable. So you can have your loan forgiven up to 100%. So say you're funded, you're approved, you're funded for $100,000. Yes, you can get $100,000 forgiven, which ultimately means it's a grant, it's free money. Okay. So you go through the process, you make sure for this one, since it's really for payroll, to keep people employed, to help you sustain your staffing levels so you can sustain your business. That's what this program is for, okay? But that doesn't mean if you don't have an employee, you can't apply, because you just use your owner's compensation, okay? So you don't have to worry about if you don't have employees. There's a certain way you calculate the loan, right, or what you're going to request in a loan. But this fully forgivable, 60% needs to go to payroll, and then the other 40% needs to go to non-payroll related costs. This change happened after they passed the Paycheck Protection Flexibility Act in June. I believe it was June 5th that the act passed to really allow more flexibility, loosen some of the restrictions that were on the program. They streamlined the application, the application for that you would submit to get your loan forgiven. They streamlined that. So as an entrepreneur, solo entrepreneur, it's much easier for you to submit to get your loan forgiven. But there's still billions of dollars out there available for both of these programs. The deadline for PPP is June 30th. That's around the corner. You have to June 30th. Don't wait that long. So if you have not applied for PPP, I encourage you to do that. If you're a solopreneur, you can get a max amount through this program and forgiven of $20,833. Okay? And that's your only owner's compensation. You're considered an employee of one. You do not need employees, and you can have the entire amount forgiven. But the max is $20,833 for this program. If you're a solopreneur, if you have employees, you're going to need payroll records. If you're a solopreneur, you're definitely going to need your tax records, because you're going to go based on your net income divided by 12, times it by 2.5. And that is going to tell you what amount you're going to request as a loan, okay? You can apply multiple places. You can only be funded by one. So if one place is slow, apply somewhere else, and whoever approves you quickest, go with them. So you can apply multiple places. You can only be funded by one, but I encourage you to get those applications in, okay? So the information links to the program, to find approved lenders, and to the forgiveness application are in the description. So no matter where you are in the process, there's information that's there for you. As always, please do leave your questions. I always circle back after the show to answer any questions that you may have. Another an issue that they had with the SBA with this program is that they were locking out ex-felons. So if you or someone you know is an ex-felon and they have a business, they're an entrepreneur, they can now apply for this program. The look back period for non-financial crimes is 1 year. The look back period for financial crimes is 5 years. Okay. So now they're able to apply. Please spread the word. Let your people know, because look, they should not be locked out of a program when there's wonderful entrepreneurs and small businesses have great businesses that in one time in their life they committed a crime, they paid their time for it. They shouldn't be held back for the rest of their lives because of something that they did and they served their time. Okay. So know that is available to you. And there's, again, advocates fighting on all of our behalf to make sure that we get what we're entitled to. Okay. That small business entrepreneurs get access to these programs. We already know that minority and women-owned businesses have been the least funded, have the least access to a lot of these programs. And there's really no one out there fighting for us. So that's why I'm here. There's just a few of us, right? To make sure that we get this money and any additional monies that we can get access to. Okay. So that is the PPP program. Now, the third federal program I want to talk about is the PUA, that is Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. If you have not applied, I encourage you to apply. The worst they could say in any of these programs is no, and then you can still appeal the decision. At one place for PPP, you go and you can apply somewhere else and see if you can get funded, right? So for PUA, you go through your state, but it's federally funded. This includes the additional $600 a week that is scheduled to expire July 31st. We're needing Congress to either pass the HEROES Act in the Senate, right? Pass that, or pass another bill that will extend the unemployment benefit, right? And the additional $600 a week. There's also a petition for that on change.org as well. And I encourage you to sign that petition so that we can, those that need it, we were forced to out of our business due to the pandemic. This is not by choice that we decided to close our doors, right? So people need this lifeline. Again, these are lifelines to sustain us during this pandemic. And doesn't even seem to be slowing down. The cases are rising as we speak. So you just never know. You may be doing well in your business, but anticipate where you may be a month, 2 months, right? 6 months down the line. I always say, think of it like that. So maybe you're doing this. A lot of people say, well, I think there's more people more worse off. We just don't know what this pandemic is going to do and what it will look like at the end of the year. So take advantage of these programs, apply to the ones that you can. Get your money. So that's the pandemic unemployment. That's for self-employed, gig workers, independent contractors. You get additional 13 weeks on your regular weeks, and you get the extra $600 a week. You cannot be on unemployment and be funded for a PPP at the same time. What I recommend is once you get funded, you have to suspend your unemployment. So you suspend it during your pay weeks in which you use the loan funds, right? You have 8 to 24 weeks. So you just get the funds, see where you're at, and then you may be able then to go back on unemployment. But you cannot have your funds and be on unemployment at the same time, okay? So I talked about the PPP, the PUA, the EIDL programs, which are all wonderful programs. Take advantage of 1, 2, or 3 if you can. Now, I want to talk about grants. So many people ask me about these, right? So all the federal, there's free money in all of those programs. There are even more grants that are being given out by your city governments, your county governments, your state governments, private organizations, nonprofit organizations, and private people. Because of the pandemic, also because of the racial inequality, they're giving out. They're just literally throwing money at us, literally making the process easier. You don't need a grant writer. You don't need to go through a long, exhaustive process. These applications take no more than 10, 20 minutes, no more than 30 minutes to fill out. You don't need to hire anybody, any consultant to fill them out. You just need to see which ones what the criteria is, and if you meet the criteria for these particular grant programs. And then if you know people that do, let them know about them, okay? So I have about 5 in the description that I'm going to talk about right now. One just came out today. It's called the Unfinished Business Grant, and it's by Hennessy, the company Hennessy. And that is a grant for Black minority-owned businesses, so Black-owned business, Asian business, and Hispanic. I think that took me 5 minutes to fill out that application. Okay. So you do want to check that out if you fit in that category. I do know you need an EIN number, and you need to have been in business at least 2 years for that particular program. There's an Icon 360 grant. It's a fashion grant. So all you fashionistas out there, if you know a fashionista, please let them know that for fashion designers, there is a grant opportunity open. These have tight timelines. What I can tell you, they're open today. So don't procrastinate, don't hesitate, don't delay. Find a link, click on it, see if you are eligible, and just apply, because again, it doesn't take long to fill these out. So that's the Icon 360 Fashion Grant. We work. So if any of you all are members of the co-work location, they're all around the world. They're called WeWork. If you're a Black-owned business owner and you're a member of WeWork, they have a $10,000 grant that you can apply for right now today. Okay. There's another grant called Business for All that has emergency grants. The application was going to be rolling through September, but they see that it's such an urgent need. They don't want to wait till September. So they bumped up the deadline to early July. So this is also a $10,000 emergency grant, right? And it says Business for All. So that means all businesses, all small businesses can apply for this one through Hello Alice. So I encourage you to apply for that. The famous coach, Stormy Wellington, has a Black-owned business grant as well that she has is open right now. Not sure how long it's going to be open. There's not a dollar amount that was provided on how much it would be, but something is good. Okay. So if you're able to get any of these grants or other grants, that's a great thing, right? So just be on the lookout. I always tell people, contact your state, your city, your county governments, see what's going on, or your associations, your organizations like your Women Business Centers, the Urban League. You can simply Google, right? Relief Fund, COVID Relief Fund, and insert your state name, insert your city name, insert your county. They are popping up every day. They are giving away millions of dollars to small business, millions of dollars. Okay. So I encourage you all to apply for those, look out for those. I always share them here on my channel. So please, if you are looking to, be successful, build wealth in your business, please tune in, subscribe to this channel. I always happy to share information here. We're in this together. This is a challenging time for all of us, and we have to be a support for each other. But let you know that the money is out there, and there's more businesses coming on board to support small business. I know PepsiCo just put out a statement that they were launching millions of dollars and putting it towards minority-owned businesses. Facebook is coming out with another grant for minorities-owned businesses. So there's a lot of organizations coming on board for the cause. Okay, so just keep a lookout for all of those different things. Stay tuned to this channel, because every time I get them, I bring them to you. And then it's just really up to you to be proactive and apply for these programs. So I'm just so happy to hear all of the success that you are having, and that you all are actually following up and following through and taking action, after the broadcast, and following up and doing what's necessary, and you're getting your money. That's what I want. I want all of us to get access to our money. So I appreciate you tuning in. Again, don't forget to sign the petition to help small businesses get fully funded. That petition is through change.org. It is in the description for you. That's going to be important. Also, I'll put the link as well. Write your senators, write your Congress, write your federal representatives. Let them know that we need help. Let them know if you've had challenges with any of these programs, what those challenges were. If you're still having challenges, let them know. Let them know you want your money, that the SBA to do right by you as they're supposed to under the law. You have to advocate for yourself, and we have to be advocates for each other. Understand, you have a voice, and your voice matters as a small business owner. Okay, so understand that. Understand that. I appreciate you all. You all continue to be successful. Continue to support each other. Sharing is caring. Be blessed, be in good health, and stay safe. Have a wonderful day.